I can honestly say that I don't know very many people who work as hard as me. I work very hard because I feel I owe it to people who are willing to watch me and to listen to these stories.
So NBC is reportedly close to replacing Ann Curry as a co-anchor of the Today Show. They're negotiating her exit package, and they are deciding on who's going to succeed her in the job. Jenna, you interviewed Ann Curry last year, and she talked about her transition into the job. What did she tell you?
Yeah, it was really interesting. She had been for 14 years the news anchor on the Today Show, and almost exactly a year ago, she was really given this top job on the Today Show. She said she didn't ask for it. It was something that they gave her. She seemed really excited. She said she felt like it was a bigger responsibility, and she felt like she really needed to do a good job and that it was different from the more hard news and foreign stories that she had been working on, but she was really excited for the challenge. It was a pretty smooth transition last time because she had already been on the show, she already had a rapport with everyone on the show. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens when they're not even sure who's going to replace her, and it's been out in the news for some time that this might be coming. Where do you think they'll take it from here?
NBC will be very anxious to get this all sorted out before the Olympics. The Today Show is far and away the most important franchise at NBC News. It generates about $850 million a year in revenue. And I know that they're counting on the ratings surging back up again once the Olympics come along. They'll host a show from the Olympics. I think it's very important to them that they have the new team in place when that surge takes place, so that there's not some kind of disruption after the Olympics are over. It seems like Savannah Guthrie is you're hearing her name a lot as likely successor for her. When you look at the numbers, you can see why NBC has to do something. They have finally lost their place as the permanent #1 fixture in the morning show ratings after a 16-year run. Recently, in the last couple months, they've been basically trading off week to week with GMA, and you can see some of that when you look at her personal favorability ratings. It seems like there might be a link between those ratings and the show's overall Nielsen ratings. We have some data from General Sentiment that shows how consumers perceive her, and when you look at the numbers, you can really see that she is not quite as popular as some of the other big female stars in morning TV. A little bit more than 50% of the social media postings on Facebook and Twitter that refer to Ann Curry are rated as positive. For Katie Couric and Robin Roberts, that number is much higher. And if you look at Meredith Vieira, in her last 6 months on the Today Show, she was over 75% favorable. So there's a real drop-off in basically in the way people talk about her. Jenna, any idea what might be next for Ann Curry?
I really think she might move back into what she does best, which is foreign reporting, crisis reporting. It's very likely that she could stay within the NBC family and move into more of a correspondent news role. I did ask her last year where she saw herself after her run with the Today Show was over. She said that she had thought about it, that there would be a life after today for her, and that she was interested in teaching and possibly humanitarian work. So it'll be really interesting to see where she goes from here.
There is comfort in knowing information. There is discomfort, there is more fear when there is ignorance. And so our job is to fight fear by not having people be ignorant as much as possible. Give them what they need to know to be okay, because we're all going to be okay.